Hello, I'm ABX and this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series I run on my channel where I show some of the best seeds that do currently exist for Minecraft on the console that are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's seed is both those things, and I figured because the current, big excitement is to do with the next update, TU54, I would find an amazing seed for that if you want to prepare a little bit, but it also has some wacky stuff of its own, including an amazing spawn for just immediate gratification, because there's diamonds you can find in about 45 seconds of spawning, literally 45 seconds, and you can get diamonds. No blocks need to be broken besides the diamond door, but as well as having diamond ore that close to spawn, there's a giant mushroom biome close to spawn, so mushrooms and diamonds, and then there's one of the biggest snow/ice biomes you've probably ever seen, which is pretty wonderful as well. And then there's also just spawner stuff for the TU54 things. I think this is a good seed you want to check out, and hopefully you do agree by the end of today's video. But in the meantime, like it if you do like Seed Sunday, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets know you do like me showing off the latest and best seeds I find every week. So with that said, let's get straight into talking about the very first thing the seed needs to know, which is the seed number on screen right now. Type in all of that and you'll spawn just over here. And the spawn is a very key part of this seed because you spawn right in between a big collection of pretty interesting things. So again, on the if you go a little bit to the left, you can find a couple of like minor caves. So you might want those if you want to go just straight into doing stuff. But I think way more importantly, if you go to the south, you'll find a giant ravine. So it's like a cave, but much bigger. And you can find even more coal and iron if you're willing to jump down to here. But you can also, if you then go down the cave and then down this little kind of side tangent. So there's a cave at the very end of the ravine. If you just head down this cave, because it's a very steep cave, it'll lead you to this pit of lava, and in the pit of lava, you probably guessed it, there is some diamond ore. So to the best of my knowledge, it's just a couple bits of diamond, but as you can see, 2 free diamonds in exchange for, is that 2 exactly? Yeah, 2 free diamonds just in exchange for walking down a cave which already exists. No blocks need to be broken, and also, by the way, you can explore the rest of this, find more diamonds, find more nappies if you really want to, which is pretty wonderful. So yeah, that's a really easy couple of diamonds you can find at the spawn. Well, also, like you could literally mine some iron, mine some coal, go straight down there, get some diamonds, and then move on for your day, such as to the east of the spawn, where you get this really giant sized mushroom biome. So it's this is a lot bigger than you've probably seen in terms of like land area covered, and it's so big because it connects to 3 separate biomes. 3 biomes, it probably shouldn't, by the way, but still it does it anyway. We got to the south here, it connects to a beach. To the north, it connects to a snowy forest, a cold taiga, and then to the east, it also does the same thing. So yeah, it's a really good mushroom island for those reasons. If you just set up a base in the middle here, you'll be pretty safe from most threats, which is good that you can have that close to the spawn. Literally it's less than 100 blocks away. You can get here in 30 seconds. But that's not all that's interesting about this seed, because first of all, I probably mentioned just before how there is this giant snow biome. The cold taiga biome covers the vast majority of the map, and this is a really useful thing. If you hate rain as much as I do, it's shown up in so many videos and just trying to ruin them. So if you hate rain and you want to have snow instead, a much more exciting thing, then the cold taiga biome has you covered. But also, if you just want to have slightly more interesting, slightly more varied terrain, I think this biome really provides it for you, because if you look around, you can see how everything's just a little bit off to normal Minecraft, but off in what I think is a good way. So yeah, find yourself some different mobs, find yourself some different terrain, and just have a very different experience with every part of Minecraft in a snow biome. Again, it's been a very long time since I've shown off one of these seeds, or even really since I've seen one, and I figured this would be something you might want. But in case it's not, we've also got some other interesting things going on the seed, because if you head to the east over here, then you'll find not only this giant mountain, and again, this is really close to spawn, but you'd also find this interesting, again, another cross between the biome and another biome. So here is a here's a half frozen, half swamp tree. I think it's interesting stuff. But also just next to this place, so keep in mind we're only about a couple 100 blocks away from spawn. You're gonna find 3 interesting things all next to each other. So yeah, as you can see, these are the 3 gold towers. That's how close the first mob spawner, the second mob spawner, and the abandoned mineshaft is. So the abandoned mineshaft is really close to the surface, so it's easy to get into. You just go down to this tree, you mine down literally like 15 blocks, and you're in an abandoned mineshaft. It's one of these mineshafts where there's like loads of weird glitches and like floating caves, and just I think it's an easy mineshaft to explore for these reasons. It's got some lava falling through it too, so expect it to slowly burn out at some point. But yeah, this also got like floating tracks just going above nothing. So if I look around here, if I'm not mistaken, eventually you'll find some tracks floating above nothing. So let's drink another night vision potion. And yeah, okay, as you can see, floating tracks. If you like seeing floating tracks, or you just want to see a cave spider spawn, you want to get anything like that, this is a great mineshaft for that. But really, it's just a place you can explore. Everyone knows mineshafts. Everyone's found mineshafts. They don't make seeds amazing. It's just amazing this is found so close to 2 other mob spawners. So yeah, there's a mob spawner found just over here. This one is a spider spawner, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, wonderful stuff. And also in the chest, we've got 4 bits of string, 2 bits of gunpowder, 2 pumpkin seeds, and an iron horse armor. Not too amazing, but the fact that like it's a spider spawner is pretty good, and the fact that it's free stuff for digging 10 blocks down is just a nice little bonus. But the final one, the one you probably want, especially with the next update, is a zombie spawner. So this is really close to the spider spawner, actually. It's not connected to the same caves, but it's not too far away. And, you know, this is obviously, it's a really good zombie spawner because it's boxed in very, very lightly here. So the reason you want a zombie spawner with the new update is because they do spawn with iron armor sometimes, they sometimes spawn with chain armor, and they sometimes spawn, like you can see over here, with shovels. So you can obviously, when you get this equipment, you can smelt it down into iron nuggets, and that means that if you want a zombie spawner, you want to prepare for that next update, but you just don't know how to find them, this seed has got you covered. So yeah, giant ice biome for just a different experience. Really great spawn with diamonds next to it. A few wacky, you know, like finds, like, oh, guess what? There's sugarcane in the snow biome. So if you do any block updates here, it will just break the sugarcane because it's not meant to exist. But still, there's lots of weird things like this that you might want in a seed and that you might not have seen before. We've got this giant mountain found just over here, which is not really part of the snow biome, but it's covered in snow, so sure. We've got a village found just over here, which isn't too notable to me because, you know, like, it doesn't have any of the stuff you need. It only has one set of crop planters, but still, if you want to have trades, this has a bit, you know, the fact that it has a village is nicer than not having one, I guess, but it's found just over here in the north, you know, east of the seed, and there's just a few other weird things found up here where it's like, ah, that's interesting that that's like that. And yeah, this kind of summarizes the entire eastern, like, 2/3 of the map. There's a giant ravine found here, by the way. There's a lot of these in the map. This is maybe like the 4th or 5th of them. So, and this one, if I'm not mistaken, is a double ravine. So if we go inside it, it crosses with another ravine just over here in like a really, like, one ravine is on top of the other one, and you can see how this works. I'm sure you can see what's going on. It's it means that you know, from the surface to the very bottom, you get one of the deepest ravines you've ever seen. And again, whether that's useful to you or not, it really comes down to your own preference. But the fact that you can go from sky height down to 23 blocks with just a single jump is kind of impressive to me. And also, as you can see, it leads up into a bunch of different caves, which then lead into their own sets of diamonds, which you might then want. So, because obviously when you're mining at this level, you're going to find diamonds eventually. Not like, oh yeah, you might find diamonds. It's that you're going to find diamonds if you just look around long enough, and that's something you find with this cave just over here. Also, if we head, so let's fly out this thing again. If we head to the very, very far west of the seed, opposite of east. I know I get east and west confused so much in Seed Sunday, by the way. It's a personal flaw of mine. I don't know what it is about east and west, but you know, why don't we just call them right and left, but cardinal or something? But no, anyway, if we head to the very west of the seed, you find this weird, you know, like, you know, mountain with just holes going right through it. Again, something kind of just chopped it up, it feels like to me. But if you go through this thing at just the right angle, I believe you can make a heart out of that. So, you know, if you want to make a really cute little heart that can only be seen from a certain direction, guess what? You've got a thing that can do that for you. There you go. Can you see how? It's almost like a heart, right? I feel like with a little bit of work, you can get a cute heart going on there. So, you know, if you need to convince someone that you love them, but you can only express your thoughts through Minecraft terrain, this seed has got you covered. But then, as well as that, there's a tiny little mesa biome found. Again, the fact that this whole seed is mostly snow, but then a little bit to the west of the snow, there's this tiny, tiny, tiny desert here. Look at this. This is 4 cactuses in this desert. And then there's also the tiny, tiny, tiny mesa found just to the south of that. And yeah, these things are so interesting because they're hot biomes you probably shouldn't be able to find. But because they're, you know, it's a mesa biome, you can find your red sand if you want it. But you can also use, you know, said red sand and, you know, the biome to dig below it and find lots of gold. So if you want gold, you know, you've got diamonds, you've got these other things, dig down and you'll eventually find lots of gold, such as in this cave right here. So again, dig down from the mesa biome. As you can see, we've got like gold found just there, we got gold up there, we got a gold vein there, that's 3 gold veins, and then there's a 4th gold vein over there, if I'm not mistaken, again in the ceiling, and then there's a 5th one found just over around here somewhere. This also goes very to the edge of the world. Basically, you find a lot of gold veins in these caves. I think, I could have sworn there was a 5th one in here somewhere, but yeah, there's a lot of gold veins. If you just follow the thing along, you'll find gold vein after gold vein after gold vein, and if you find any form of structure around here, it's just going to be good. So yeah, pro tip with Toycat, use mesa biomes. They have more gold than other biomes because obviously that's how mesas work. And yeah, there's one found just over here. It's in a really weird location. Again, it's all the way over there and it's over here. But as far as I can tell, in between it is true ocean. So, you know, if you like the strange stuff with biomes, this seed has got you more covered than... I guess every seed's got you covered, but this one has you covered in a particularly strange way. Here's a group of pumpkins. There's the giant, you know, ice biome. And also, if we head close to the spawn, this is a very minor thing, but it's one that I smiled a lot at. There's an ocean found. So, again, if we go back to the spawn, you can see just over here. If we head to the east, the west instead of the east, I did just mention this floor, then you'll find that there's this little ocean over here. And I really liked it because naturally, again, it naturally generates a little T there, and I thought that's like, oh, Toycat, yeah, it's got me covered. And there's a little O over here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Look, there's an O. I mean, it's really more of a square than O, but still, there's a T and an O, and that means that the seed knows who I am. Clearly, that's just what that is. And yeah, Toycat endorsed, Toycat in the seed itself. and Toycat recommends you check this out if you like Toycat talking in third person. So hopefully you did all enjoy this video. Like it if you liked it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you are new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see those daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.